I'm going live. Good evening, everyone. You're with Matt. This is The Warble, and I'm joined by Sean, co-streaming today on Ultimate Greatness. How are you, Sean?
I'm doing well, Matt. Yourself?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty relaxed about the game tonight. Seems like we don't have much to lose, except for injuries to very important players. So that's all that we could lose. So fingers crossed on that one, and hopefully we put up a respectable performance, which I think I will. I think we will. I reckon we have no fears with Brisbane. We'll make a good account of ourselves, and hopefully we surprise them, because they've actually got a lot to play for. We don't have as much to play for, but we want to keep our decent form going.
Absolutely. Yeah, and also just to touch on, there will be some content later on that we're definitely going to be touching on. Yeah, it's definitely a must watch for sure. So make sure to stay tuned to the whole stream, because I think this one's going to be a pretty exciting one, I feel like.
Yeah, I think it's a topic that everyone's really interested in about our future.
Yep. Especially both ways. Like, you're going to have some people for it, some people against it. Like, this is where the art of conversation will be at its peak tonight. So, can't wait to get stuck into that one. So make sure to stay tuned for all of that, guys.
Yep. So we'll take you right up until about 15 minutes before the first ruck. So get yourself a drink, get yourself some snacks, put the pies in the pie warmer, and we'll take you right up to the game. So you've got something to do, something to listen to. And also we've got another panelist who's waiting backstage. I'm going to get him in right now, and if he's ready to go, I hope. Welcome, Void.
Hey guys. I just sent you something. And not much, mate. Just finished a workout. Snuck it. I thought Matt was starting a lot earlier. That's why I said, I'll be late. But no, I was waiting until
you know what I did? It's 3 hours behind here. So instead of setting it for 6:30, I had it set for 3:30. People thought, geez, there must be a lot of news to cover. It's going for 4 hours today.
I was pumping really fast to get here in time, and then I had an hour to kill.
What have I missed?
I texted you the radio call to play if you want from the 2023 Grand Final, the 3AW call.
Okay.
And I've given you the timestamp where right when Charlie Cameron kicks that goal that puts him in front, right before De Goey's goal.
Okay, you and Shawnee, let's do that first. So you and Shawnee have a bit of a chat, and I'll mute up and find that, and we'll do that first.
Yeah, no worries.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So my boy Ed, what are they doing?
Yeah, no.
And and wait for me for this conversation, by the way.
Yeah, no, we're not going to get into that. That's the main. That's the main topic. Who was that? Rupert Batheris. Yeah, no, I think that whole conversation today, I think we're going to leave that for the main part of the stream, I think. Yeah, otherwise I think Matt's going to be very upset if he doesn't get to be a part of it. But yeah, no.
On to tonight. I'm feeling good about tonight. I'm not nervous. I think Brisbane should be nervous because, like, the expectations on them. I think.
Yeah.
We're severe underdogs, but I actually think that the pressure's not really on us. I think if we lose, it's expected, and if we win, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to get a gauge. Like, I feel like most weeks I come into games and it's like I sort of come into games very numb. Like, I just don't know what to feel either way. Is it really good, really bad? I went into last week really bad because I'm just like, Hawthorn are just going to belt us. We're going to have the obvious names that are, going to either perform, not perform. You guys who know exactly who we're talking about. So yeah, this week it's been a bit of more of a numb sort of feeling. Actually, I think I actually forgot to do a prediction for Mick. Actually, I'll make sure to say it at some point in the stream. So I'll make sure to think of one. It won't be too creative. I think it might have to do with Ed Allen, to be honest, because I think I might do a Allen and Swaddling combination again. Anyway, we'll sort of see where we go with that. But obviously we're getting a lot of people in the chat now, so yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. It's like, so in terms of so in terms of the game, I think I'm not sort of feeling either way. Like, I'm not positive, but I'm not negative. I'm sort of in between. Don't know if anyone else is sort of feeling the same, but that's sort of where I'm currently at.
I've got a question. I just got a feeling today, just a indistinct kind of feeling that what Collingwood's reminding me of in the last couple of months. And I know this is a very intangible sort of thing, but I read the spirit that I'm feeling watching the team play really reminds me of 2022. Not 2023, but 2022. I don't know why. Just feel like there's some part of that in the way they're playing and the way they're connecting. I don't know if anyone else is feeling that.
I wasn't feeling that till you said it, but when you said it, I'm like, that actually makes a bit of sense. Like, in terms of, because like 23, we had like,
Guys,
Tom Mitchell.
Emergency interruption.
Mm-hmm.
I want to address Josh's comment there.
Told you.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. In terms of a late change, that in terms of a structural point of view, planning point of view, that would throw like a wrench in the works. As much as we do give Fly a bit of crap, I feel like that's actually, one of his better moves if he is to sort of play co. My only thing is that I just hope that, and mind you, he's obviously, when it comes to Cameron, this is obviously the fact that he's obviously playing. He's either injured or he's sore. Probably more sore than he is anything else. But yeah, and I think as well, just to throw a bit of a spanner in the works to actually get Co. In there.
Yeah, they would have planned for DC, and now they've
they would have planned for
DC
things
around a little bit. Not that he's that different, but it just it still does. Even if it just unsettles them by 2%, that's something,
Yeah, well, if it means that they fumble, 2 or 3, ground balls, just because it's like a different routine, different sort of setting. Yeah, no, I actually, as I said, I didn't sort of think it was going to happen. But I think I was also saying last night that if it was to happen, it wouldn't be too bad of a thing to do.
I love it. I love that he's getting it, because if he doesn't ever play again, if he's not on the list or something, I just love the guy to get a game at AFL level, something he can be proud of for the rest of his life, no matter what happens after this season. But more importantly, if DC gets hurt in the finals, depending how deep we go, we need this guy. We don't want to debut this guy in the finals. This is the time.
He needs a taste.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, and whether if this is a thing where it is an audition for a contract or not, like this is and again, I mean, like I'm the type of person where I feel like I like to keep it very fair, and I will do exactly that. The fact that this is, you can consider this a shot at the stumps. This is one of those shot at the stumps you actually take and you go, yes, well done, Fly. There hasn't been many things to sort of, I feel like, appreciate Fly for, but if this is one to sort of go, okay, we can put this in the positive books for Fly, I feel like this is actually, if you're going to take a risk, this is the type of risk that you actually take, because this actually might pay off. As I said, if you get like a Lockie Neal, or if you get like a Dunkley or whoever, like in the middle of Ashcroft, if they're unable to read the play, even if it takes one quarter, that whole momentum could also, it could actually interrupt them, and it could actually give us that fast start. And we could, if we bang on 4 or 5 goals in the first quarter and we're up by say 3 goals, it could purely be just off the fact of not necessarily that Co is good, but the fact that Co is such a Co disrupts so much of the planning that Brisbane are doing. So again, if you're gonna have a shot at the slumps, this is like a genuine. Okay, we can actually accept this as a shot at the slumps, and this is a good one. You know what I mean?
I hope it happens. I really do hope it happens. Josh got me excited. Now he's getting me unexcited.
Yeah, no, it'd be so good for the club, and I'd have to tip my hat to Fly if he did that. I'm his biggest critic, but if that happens, as always, I'll give credit where it's due. And it hasn't always been by choice. Youth has got a game because of injuries, but at the end of the day, that's positive. They are getting a game, and they've been able to prove themselves. So opportunity knocks, and most of these guys have taken their opportunity. Howes has earned another contract for it. If it wasn't for injuries, he's probably getting delisted. So let's hope Co can, like you say, at least get his first game, and maybe, just maybe, he does a good job and sticks around. So we actually need, we may have Steen. He might not play at all next year. So I wouldn't be too hasty in delisting any ruckman right at the moment.
Yeah. Especially
anyway,
with Smith as well too. Like, just as a bit of a
go on.
side
Sorry,
note,
mate.
the fact that after Steen, Smith is our only leaping ruck, like a ruckman that can actually leap. And I'm not like I still would take Steen in terms of leap. Steen's a better leap, but it's still at the end of the day, if you're gonna go, if you're gonna need a centre half forward, go get a centre half forward. So, or if you have a centre half forward on your list, do a like for like. So if we're gonna use that Steen sort of option, that's unless if you have a better option out there in terms of a trade, even if there's one in the draft, I highly doubt there'll be one that's ready to go in the draft. But again, unless if there's an upgrade version from Smith, I would just back in Smith because that's the leaping ruckman where Co's a bit more of a Cameron. And I think out of the two, I'd probably just pick Smith over Co just purely because of the Steen factor. But again, this is a whole thing of, we played Noah House for 2 games. We've seen, okay, cool, he can stand up. He has some value on this list now. He's not necessarily like a clogger. So he's not clogging up the list and sort of, wasting a spot away. So, God, if he plays, as what Matt said before, as what I said before as well. If this is like one of those shot at the stump type of moves, then we have to give credit where it's due, and we have to clap Fly for actually doing this and doing a good job. Although it's only one move, but it's it's
and this is the type of shy at the stump is any cricket fans understand is when there's a mix up. Right, there's calls of yes, no. The non-striker and the striker end up at the same end, and mid-on just walks over and takes the bails off with the ball. That's the type of shy. It's very, very low risk. What have we got to lose?
Yeah,
I'm sure DC would probably appreciate a rest like everyone else is getting a week off in the finals. I reckon DC won't mind. So anyway, without further ado. Unless you've got anything pressing, I'm going to just play 5 minutes of the 2023 grand final that Void has sent me. It's the coverage. It's 3AW. Is it coverage of the 2023 grand final, the last 5 minutes? 3AW. I believe it's Tim Lane. And is it Hutto, Void?
Yeah, and Bartel and Lloydie.
Okay, so Tim Lane, Anthony Hudson, Matty Lloyd, and Jimmy Bartel in commentary. So here we go.
To Berry, running forward, drilling to the wing. Danaher against the more mobile Jeremy Howe. Gives Howe a shove, takes him over the line and forces a throw in right on.
I think we've lost audio.
Sorry, everyone hear that okay?
Yeah.
In the chat, let us know if that's coming through all right. And if for any reason the stream goes down, just hang out a couple of minutes. It'll come back. You never know with these things, but it's not visual, so we should be okay.
Yep.
All right.
On the wing, maybe a few centimetres Brisbane side thereof. 18 gone in the turn. For a goal or two to be kicked, but by gee, they've dried up. Mason Cox slaps it down. Pendlebury again to the fore, taken down, and the ball won't come out. There'll be a ball up, still on the centre line this time, marginally Collingwood's way.
And he's like a traffic cop, also around stoppage. So now they've sent Dunkley to Pendlebury at this period. If Collingwood can kick the next, they'll control the last 5 minutes of the game.
Without a goal, time is racing away. 6 minutes to go now. Elliott is toppled, managed to scrape the handball out. Grabbed by Starcevic. Decisive hands to Lyons. And again to Berry. Spin move was terrific. Nick Dacos cops his own medicine. Deep to Cameron and Maynard in time again. And Maynard goes down. Cameron keeps his feet. Here it is. Here it is. Take me home, Charlie Cameron. He snaps a left foot goal. And Brisbane get the precious first and only goal of the last quarter. And it comes off the boot of Charlie Cameron. His third goal. Brisbane 12-8-80. Collingwood 10-18-78. 19 minutes into the final term.
Jared Berry, so clean under a high pressure moment. Took the tackle on with the blind turn, which allowed the ball to get in deep. And I thought Maynard did everything he could. Just lost his feet, but the ball just bounced out to Charlie Cameron, who's again at top speed able to pick up the ball. Probably the only player to pick it up at top speed and run away.
Yeah, but he got out the back again. Yeah. So now Collingwood have played pretty controlled. Now they have to go high tempo speed again to try and score because they can't save this. They tried to in a way, but now they've got to score themselves.
Plenty of time. If Brisbane hang on courtesy of that goal, the Bunnings replay will be shown hundreds of times north of the Tweed. Umpire Stevic gives Collingwood a warning here. Cox wins in the ruck. Eventually, Nick Dacos gives to Pendlebury. A kick out of the middle is potent into the 50. Fisted by Gardner. Straight to Nick Dacos. Hand pass to Degoe. 49 out. Swings it. He's done it. The Magpies are back in front. They are the masters of these tight situations. It took nearly 20 minutes for the drought to break either way. It fell Brisbane's way and Collingwood answer in about 15 seconds. Collingwood 11-18-84. Brisbane 12-8-80 on the Colorbond Steel scoreboard.
Brisbane centre bounce crew, where were you? It was all of Collingwood's centre bounce numbers. Pendlebury kicks it forward. They're looking on the replay. They just got to front and square. They were still standing in the middle of the ground. Dacos, who's out the centre bounce, first back. Degoe out the centre bounce, handball received.
What a great spectacle this is. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the season. Collingwood leads by 4. What's it going to be from here? Cox gets the tap out of the middle. Wilmot has the audacity to kick it out of the air. It pitches at left half forward, but it favoured Quainer, who controls the kick to Steele's side bottom. Still trying to own that. Well, it's 50. Jared Berry overstepped the mark on the follow through. He held on just a moment too long. And Steele's side bottom, with 50 metres in his favour, will be marched to almost within range. Jared Berry, in disappointment, stands where he's told. He is right on the 50.
Righto, smart player, side bottom. What's he got up his sleeve here? Will he try and just drop one and get that easier shot, or will he take it?
They get another mark. They can drag another 30 seconds off the clock here.
4 minutes 40. Steele's side bottom is standing 60 metres out. He'll kick from 55. Over 300 games of experience. He gives it the lot. He gives it the lot. And it's a goal. A golden goal for Steele's side bottom. Absolutely nerveless. And the Collingwood chant is imminent around the MCG. What a kick. The Pies, 12-18-90. The gauntlet is handed down to the Lions, 12-8-80.
But it is a dangerous position to be in because Brisbane just go all out here. 2 goals in 4 minutes is nothing. It's absolutely nothing. We've seen it in previous finals with Carlton coming back against Melbourne. So let's see how this plays out. Brisbane will have to go hard, and Collingwood could be back within 3 points within seconds or 4 points within seconds.
That would be a twist in the tail, almost too great to get your mind around after this magnificent contest. Ball up will be recalled. Just slewed off the line, and umpire Meredith decides this is a moment for an absolutely fair ruck contest. He throws it up. Cox the better of it too when Nick Dacos couldn't collect. The Lions swarm and force another ball up. They're after a clean takeaway.
Tim, this is what Collingwood do then. They didn't want to even let that bubble out, so they just let seconds pour away by not letting the ball get out.
Cox a good win, knocking it forward. McCreary in traffic, got it onto his boot, kicked it backwards. Taken by McInerney, he was smothered. Nick Dacos to Josh, kick forward. Oh, stolen brilliantly by Harris Andrews. It looked to be Frampton's ball. Andrews just read the drop, and Frampton without confidence now. Andrews kicks to a leading McCarthy. Brisbane with no time to waste. They need 2 goals. A bold kick into midfield. McCluggage couldn't quite hang on under pressure. Spillage with Josh Dacos. Quick kick. No advantage for Collingwood. There'll be a ball up. Collingwood side of the centre circle. Their army now in full cry as the premiership is within touching distance. They lead by 10 points.
Bounces back to side bottom again. Kicks it deep. This time the bounce favours Andrews. Does he keep it in? He's trailed by Frampton, and that suits Collingwood just fine. It's deep in the heart of their forward territory. They lead on the Collarbone scoreboard, 12-18-90. Brisbane at 12-8-80. 3 minutes 23 remaining. Brisbane have twice got to get the ball through the big sticks. It's a long way away now. Tapped down by Cox. Lipinski. It comes out of his hands. Grabbed by McKenna. Got the answers. Chris was going to lap this up. A career that started at Brisbane, but has maxed out at Collingwood. He has been an incredible acquisition. He had all that drama and trauma to deal with.
Yep, here they go.
But he's going to just keep it in Collingwood in friendly hands. He takes it across to Howe. The onus is not on them to score right now. It's possession footy. Their experienced players stand up. Howe to side bottom. His bald head gleaming sweat, the beads of sweat coming off as he kicks it towards the pocket. Can Brisbane get it away? Big tackle, Lipinski. He's done his job. Locked it away with 2 minutes 30 to go. Collingwood 90, lead Brisbane 80. It's a free kick though, plucked out.
High.
And it's high, and it goes to Coleman.
Who goes straight down the middle. Can Danaher snare this? Can't quite hang on. Again, there's a swarm of black and white. And Brisbane can advance no further. The ball is Collingwood's side of the centre. The quarter 26 and a half minutes old. Time ebbing away. Cox, another brilliant piece of ruck work. Stolen though by Neal. A little hand pass to McCluggage, surrounded. Hand pass straight to Cox, not expecting it. Zorko helped it towards Rayner.
To Neal. Cox grabbed him.
It's coming back. Cox behind the centre. The Lions can build. Myercheck stands the mark. Neal drives it long to within 40 of goal. Huge pack. Where's Leo Barry? It falls to Hipwood. Got a hand pass out. Gave McKenna half a chance. McCluggage paddles to Lyon. Hand pass to McCluggage, who kept the ball in play in the Wayne Harms pocket. Centering kick. Finds Danaher, who plays on it. Goes. He goes. And the margin is 4 points. There is time. Collingwood 12-18-90. Brisbane 13-8-86 on the Collarbone Steel scoreboard. Who has the nerves of steel now?
Whoa. You don't know what to say.
Was play on called?
He just
He just decided himself.
Yeah, he just decided himself, and Now, that's the thing about it. It's a long time to try and hold on, and 2 goals isn't a lot in 4 minutes, and 90 seconds will feel like a lifetime for these players. So, this clearance is critical. Both teams will get a chance to score here, but who can get the ball locked in their front 50 is critical from this clearance.
A minute 33 on the clock. The umpire is going to be thrown up in the middle. 666 warning, perhaps. Collingwood leads by 4. Just over 90 seconds of mayhem to go. The tap from Cox. Jared Berry with stealth. Out of the middle. It's not a great kick. It's loose. Hoskin Elliott challenged by Neil. Half forward for Brisbane. Big tackle Zorko. Neil, terrific hands. Bailey screws it back. The danger grows. Danaher. Darcy Moore. This captain knocks it to Dacos. What a kick that was. Under all sorts of strain and stress. He gave it beautifully across to Hoskin Elliott, played it back to Mitchell. Umpire calls play on, down to the last minute. Brisbane have got to win it back. Dunkley reaches, can't mark, Andrews can, plays on, gotta go son! He goes deep to half forward, they're outnumbered. All the forwards are back for Collingwood. Myercheck full-bodied attack on the footy. And we will have a ball up. There is 44 seconds remaining. Collingwood lead by 4 points after one of the greatest Septembers ever. It all comes down to this, Tim.
At the ball up, McInerney got a hand on it, but Collingwood will get a free kick. It's the Magpies' ball. And time now is very much in their favour. We're beyond the 29-minute mark. Just 3 goals kicked in the last term. Mitchell goes backwards with his kick to keep it in safe hands. Pendlebury marks it, told he's got to go. He kicks back to Mitchell, and Mitchell has the ball 60 metres away from Brisbane's goal, and I don't know whether they've got the time to get it there.
It would take a huge error from here. We're down to the last 10 seconds. Myercheck kicks for his life down to the wing. Andrews in the hustle. They've got possession. It comes to Hoskin Elliott. It's a grand final that had absolutely everything. Collingwood are the 2023 AFL Premiers. It's a flag that just makes you smile. Play the game. Side by side, they stick together to uphold the Magpies' name. See the barricades are shouting as all barricades shout. Oh, the premierships are came while the good old Collingwood. And the rush is on to be part of it. All those who didn't take part come charging out to share the joy. Craig McRae has done the near impossible, not just winning a flag in his second season, but he's made Collingwood not likeable but lovable. How did that ever happen? They know how to play the game, Lloydie and Jimmy. We have just seen a classic exhibition of football.
We have, Hutto. Yeah, I think it's the greatest grand final I've ever seen. That's how good this game was. The Pies, I'm just watching Scotty Pendlebury and Steele Sidebottom embrace. 2 men who win a grand final 13 years after their last one. Oh, the ebbs and flows of this game. Brisbane are shell-shocked. They hit the lead. And then Collingwood, as they do, find a way to play out the last quarter. Pendlebury's last quarter was one of the great quarters of grand final football. Steele Sidebottom goes back and does what he does, Hutto. The big players stood up for the Collingwood Football Club late.
Their 16th premiership to join Essendon and Carlton. Here's one. Look at the embrace between Darcy Moore and his father, Peter. It's amazing scene.
All right, how good?
Absolutely. I like
Are
that
we
game.
lifting?
It was a pretty good one.
Oh yeah, that'll lift you.
Wow.
I fell asleep to that. This radio coverage that I sent you. I used to put it on when I went to bed at night for about a year. I'm just really low, falling asleep to the dulcet tones of, our theme song. 4 hours into a sleep.
Now, is that a better call than Jared Waitley on SEN?
I actually think they're all pretty good. I actually just like radio calls in general so much better.
Yeah. Yep.
The Triple M one's really good, but if you go on YouTube, you can actually see they've got a camera inside the Triple M box, and you can see some of the really angry faces when the song starts playing. Yeah, Nathan Brown didn't look too happy, and Dunstall didn't look too happy.
Oh, imagine Jordan Lewis, Dunstall, Hodge, Corns. Oh, they'd be just bawling.
Gerard Whateley's call was fantastic on SEN.
Yep.
I remember what was his big line? And he goes, and Collingwood wrench the cup back.
Yeah. You need your stars. And Collingwood stars just went and wrenched the cup back. Yeah. How good.
You got to make this a habit. Any G up before a game, find a radio call of a classic, and I reckon they've even got like 80s and 90s radio calls on YouTube as well. In a
amazing.
big playlist.
If I'd seen it earlier, we would have opened the show with it. And but yeah, radio calls a good idea because you don't get copyrighted by the looks of it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought, let's do this. Yeah, they can't flag audio unless it's like music.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well that's a bloody good way to get us all fired up. I know I'm pumped now, and hope everyone else is. What a memory! Now let's get on to the main topic we wanted to talk about today. Now, the contract talks with Ed Allen. Now, just to bring you up to speed, is a lot of people are not happy. He has been offered a contract. It's only for 2 years, and unders. I don't know what sort of dollars are they talking, boys?
I'm not so sure in terms of the numbers, but yeah, it's definitely been 2 years. It's been offered.
Okay, now a lot of people would think that's unders for the amount of contract. You would have thought a 3 or 4 year offer, but they're stalled there, officially saying that they're waiting to see what happens with Butters, which I think it's fair enough, but I still think the 2 years is a little insulting. What I do think, though, is if he gets on a 2-year contract, he's still got a huge ceiling. It allows him, after 2 years, he could have a mega offer. And if he doesn't get one from Collingwood, he'll have the whole league will be after him. So he'll be on $1 million plus in 2 years. So it might be a smart play to go with 2 years. But who knows what all the parties actually want out of this. But at the same time, I can understand why Butters, if we don't get Butters, we've got nearly $2 million to spend. So, you know, you can understand why they are waiting for that. But at least he has been offered a contract. So, Sean,
as long as he doesn't feel like an afterthought. Like, imagine it's like, it's like, I would have invited you to my party, but if this guy doesn't come, then I'll let you come.
Yeah. So at least there is an offer. I don't think it will be the final offer. Whatever happens, it'll be amped up a little bit, maybe given an extra year, or who knows, he might get 5 years and more money. We will have to let that play out. But I think at least he has been offered something, and it's a negotiation at the end of the day. The first offer is very rarely the last offer. Sean, do you mind? I couldn't get I've sent you a Facebook post in the private chat. Do you mind seeing if can you open that on your Facebook and
I'll
and then
it.
share it, and we can go through the article and the comments.
Yeah, because with Tassie as well, in a couple of years, everyone's price will be inflated. So if you're coming out of contract in a year or two, it's going to, if your performance is at standard, which it will be for him, he'll be able to command he'll probably be able to command overs in a couple of years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's only 22. I think 2 years is smart from the club if it is 2 years, because if it's a 4-year, that would take him into free agency, wouldn't it?
Close, yeah.
He's 22.
Nearly.
So, yeah, with the amount of time he's been at the club, he's going to be 25 plus. And then, so we want to, by the time we offer a big one, we're going to tie him up for life or attempt to.
It depends what the conversations are like behind the scenes. If they've gone to him and I'm sure it's not as harsh as it sounds when it's thrown out on social media. I'm sure they've hopefully said to him, listen, we want both of you here. We just want to know what this guy's doing, because we're going to basically assemble a premiership midfield and we need him to be part of it. And we just don't know how much we have to pay him yet and what terms, depending on what Geelong offer him. Hopefully they've worded it to him like that so he doesn't feel like a bit of an afterthought.
You would hope so. You would hope so. And then you've got who knows what the manager is saying. You've got one, on your shoulder in your one ear, and then the club on the other shoulder. I think he's, from what I understand, that Ben Allen, his dad, is a strong character. He's had a good upbringing, and I'm hopeful that Ben Allen, his old man, is in his ear saying, "Just be patient. Let's see how this plays out. There's absolutely no hurry in the world, no rush. You've got the ball in your court, and just sit back and let's see what happens."
Yeah, because I feel like his dad's like a very is a core ingredient to this in terms of it seems like he's on the Collingwood side of it, which is I think is a good thing, for us going forward. I'm pretty sure I think even when he got drafted, I think his dad even came out and said that I'm probably going to misquote him, but he said something about like if he was to go to another club, he'd be pretty like disappointed in that. He would rather Ed be a one club player, or something. It was something to that effect.
What you could also hang your hat on a little bit as a club, or what we can hang our hat on as a club, is that we don't really lose players that often. Like nobody, like people want to be there. It's obviously a really great place to be. The only player I can probably count on one hand the players that have asked for a trade in the last 6 years.
Yep. And g'day, Dad. Have we gone cold on Neil? Absolutely not. He's
actually
he's
to
90
touch on that. Actually,
with Neil.
Sorry,
it's more important to get Neil for me. Butters is the most glorious cream on top. So Neil is all part of this. Neil and Butters, we need to see what's happening with those. We're not guaranteed of getting Neil. Looks like we're 90% over the line. No, he's very important very important part of this puzzle. We're going for Butters. He might not choose us, and that's just fine if he doesn't, because what we've seen in the last couple of months, if we've seen a potential premiership midfield emerge, to go with the Dacos boys, to go with DeGoey, and with Allen and Swadling, and you've got a guy like Prindable in the reserves who could be the next Mitchell, and that's without Neil and Butters. So things have really turned around as far as our youth is concerned, and both of them look like they'll be a bonus. So I don't know about everyone else, but I don't really care if we don't get either of them now, but it'll be nice if we can. It's a good position to be in.
Neil's a bird in the hand almost now, I think so. So that's your sort of sure bet for the moment, because he's almost practically over the line.
Yeah.
So if you don't get Butters, then you can settle for that.
Yeah, I would say the more silent the media are on Neil, the more you can hang your hopes on that being a done deal. And the fact that the club's going after Butters, and we haven't heard much of Neil, I think that just means that I think we've locked away Neil. So now we can go, hey, we've now got Neil. Like Neil's confirmed he's coming to some form or extent. Because I think as well, having Neil coming over, I think that's going to be a big a big talking point for Butters. So Butters is like, okay, well, who do you have? Oh, okay, well, we have Nick Dacos, we have Ed Allen, we have Neil. These are the sort of players that are going to move the needle for Butters to go, oh, okay, so you've got that guy, this guy, that guy. So I think even though Butters is like a better talent and he's going to have like more of a future, he's probably going to be there for maybe 8 to 10 years. But it's more for Neil. If you can lock away Neil, that's okay. Neil is going to be in the best 23 next year. So then Butters goes, okay, so now instead of having and I don't know, this is probably going to be a terrible example, but instead of like a Ned Long to play inside mid, you've now got Neil. So to Butters, that's like, oh, okay, that's a big upgrade. I'm sure there's going to be another player someone can throw out in the chat that's a better comparison in terms of who's going to be there. But in terms of the upgrade that whoever's going to be in that spot that Neil's going to take, Butters can probably go, okay, you've now got 3 solid midfielders. And then if Nick goes to Butters and goes, well, damn, I'm going to go play forward for a bit. And Butters, you and me can like rotate the forward line or it could be Dacos and DeGoey rotate forward mid sort of thing. So there's definitely ways around it. There's the combinations you can sort of work out. But I think getting Neil is half the battle to getting Butters.
Yeah, and by the way, speaking of the race to get Butters, let's be honest, the Bulldogs and Richmond are just farcical. It's between Geelong and Collingwood. You'd probably just with their history, you'd probably say, logically speaking, and we don't want to build ourselves up the Pies because we never end up getting stars like that. Welcome, Lucas, from the Geelong zone.
Yeah, welcome, Matt. How you doing, guys? Sorry for the background noise. I'm in a pub at the moment, but
good man.
No, that's all right. No, I'm not drinking. Not a bit of a pokies, but that's all right.
On the Coke
good to be here, guys. Now, Matt, what were you talking about earlier? You said that you were praising Craig McRae. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. What was that about?
I will praise McRae if he does something good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So
that's all right.
Let's see if he gives young Co a game, then that'll be something, give credit where it's due, because here's a situation: if Darcy Cameron, God forbid, was to go down in the finals, and we've got his replacement, our plan B, guy hasn't played a game yet. It'd actually be ridiculous if he wasn't given a run tonight to see what he can do. So that
have you got nothing to lose?
Semi-final. What's that?
Yeah, you got nothing to lose if you play a young kid.
Yeah, absolutely nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. So apparently he was warming up on the ground. So I think it's a good chance he's going to play. So,
well, there you go. So that may be some good news finally.
Also as well, just quickly on that, I could actually see if Co was to play or was to say play tonight. I can definitely see the narrative of like if Co plays well that but Co's not a kid because he's 28 years old or 27 years old. So if he plays well, I'd actually be keen to see what the people would have to say on that, because I'm sure there's going to be some discourse over the week if he plays well. I'm sure people once he plays well, I'm sure people will put him in the over 25 bracket real quick. But then if he plays poorly, I'm sure they'll throw him in the under 25 and just ignore the fact he's 27. 27 or no, I think is it Pods is 28 and Co is 27. So I'd be really keen to know if we do play him, like where that actually stands.
Now, one of our regular viewers and panel members, Anthony B. How are you, mate? He's in the chat. Has some great takes. This is the second great take on Butters I've heard in 24 hours. His first one, I think, was last night, that he was leaning towards Geelong because he feels that Butters wants to be the number one guy. If he comes to Collingwood, he could be number 2 or number 3 behind a Butters or a Neil. Now, I was of the opinion that I thought he would love that because he will rarely, if any, get tagged. But if he is the type of guy who just, and there'd have to be a bit of ego involved, but no, I need to be the number one guy, give it to me, then you might have a point. Now he's just brought up another good point, but it's the opposite of why Geelong might not get him. And he's saying that I struggle to see how Butters won't be turned off by the concussion controversy stuff. Club doesn't care about players' health. He's particularly prone to concussion. Okay, so that's interesting. What do you think about that, Lucas?
Yeah, so that's Geelong's own stupid fault, isn't it, for putting him in that situation? I wouldn't blame him if he does that, but I don't think it's the be or end all. You know, look, it happened once, and it would be. It won't. Let's be honest. It won't happen again. I can guarantee you that. I can absolutely guarantee you that. But then you look at Cameron. Look at the way Cameron's been treated the last 2 months or so with his nerve pain and that. So there's going to be doubt, isn't there? There's going to be doubt. Does the club have my health at best interest? And from what I've seen, like I said, I'd be disappointed if it came down to that. But from what we've seen, probably, you know, there's question marks that need to be answered, and they still haven't been answered. See, this Sydney thing has just swept that under the carpet in a way, hasn't it? It's just completely swept it under the So no one's talking about it anymore. It's yesterday's news. So it would be disappointed if Butters did make a decision on that. But still, questions need to be answered. And those questions have not been answered yet regarding player safety at Geelong.
It's interesting to me that we're going that we're pursuing him that hard enough where we're sort of delaying the contract talks with Ed, yet the media's pretty much not reporting that Collingwood's even a factor.
Yeah, there's been no talk with the media, have there, around in Collingwood? It's just been either Richmond or Geelong or Footscray. It's a bit weird, but Collingwood they're eyes deep into it, aren't they? Absolute eyes deep.
It's the same with Lachie Neale. When there was talk about Lachie Neale, you know, even though they were certain Collingwood was, you know, the favourite, they would chuck in other clubs every week or so just to kind of put a little bit of doubt or maybe wishful thinking that he wasn't coming. But I don't know why they don't want us to get anybody.
They want you to be stale. They don't want the Collingwood powerhouse to emerge there, Void.
Oh, they're pushing Jake Stringer though. They want us to end up with him.
Yeah, but James Stringer's a blood. He's an absolute James. What's his name? Jake Stringer. He's a spud though. You don't want him at your club.
Yeah. I'll tell you what being a Collingwood supporter is. You look at a dartboard and you got the bullseye right in line with your eye, and you just you throw the dart and you're like, yep, we're going to go for Jed Walter, and then you end up with Stringer.
That's it. No, that's it. Yeah.
Bang. All together, and it's like, oh, what else is left? Who else? Who doesn't anybody else want?
Get that spud from GWS, Jakey boy.
Yeah, it's like in the you know, let's say, you know, in the schoolyard, and you know, you're playing cricket and you're one of the captains, and you got to pick a side, and you're in South Australia, and all the Chappell brothers are there, but you go to pick Greg Chappell, but you accidentally get Trevor.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Yep. Yes.
Yeah, we wanted Patrick Swayze. We got Don Swayze.
Bloody hell, mate.
Yeah, you're doing a movie, and you hear that Julia Roberts you're going to be doing a love scene, and then you read the script and it's Eric Roberts.
Bloody hell. Oof.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Oh, well. No, if that's where you want to go, that's fair enough. But no, I know what you mean. And it's
Void gets the Seinfeld reference.
Yes. Yeah.
I remember in the early 90s when they used to do a lot of straight-to-video action movies, they had a poster that had Swayze, Norris, and like all of these stars' surnames, or Stallone, and it was Mike Norris, Don Swayze, Frank Stallone.
What was that?
Basically, in the early 90s, all the siblings of really famous guys had basically a B movie career, and it was hilarious how they used to trick people into going to those movies.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
I think there's a few movies where people thought they were going to get Alec Baldwin, and it was one of his brothers.
Oh,
yes,
yeah. It'd be Daniel Baldwin or Stephen Baldwin or one of them.
Yeah. Well, Damon Wayans. Remember Damon Wayans? The actor on My Wife and Kids and Major Pain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's about five.
Yeah, he's got like 5 brothers. Yeah, and they think, oh, you get that, you get Wayne's. Oh, how good is that? And it's his brother. And you think, fucking hell.
You know what? I only found that information out only a month ago, 2 months ago, because I watched the other guys. And he's in it. He's not the main. He's not like the other pair of cops that they're competing with, Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. The cops that they were sort of competing with. He was one of the cops, the other cops.
You mean Wayne?
And I remember looking up his name, and I'm like, God, is there any relation? It's because I don't know, in my head it just felt so far fetched that they were related to the Wayans brothers, because I just always assumed there was just two of them in that family. And then I only found, because I saw that movie 2, maybe 3 months ago, and I'm like, and obviously, it was obviously he was related to the Wayans brothers, and I'm like, oh. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Shit. I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, he's got. So the famous one's the one that does the My Wife and Kids and Major Pain. He was in an Adam Sandler movie. I forgot what it was called. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right, guys, before we go too far down the pop culture road of the 80s and 90s, because we don't have much time. Is there anything you guys wanted to finish off to do with Alan? And Shawnee, do you want to go through some comments?
Yeah, I'm just going to head off for a bit. Okay, guys, I'm just going to head off for a bit. I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
See you a bit later.
Yep. Yeah, no, we'll get through this. So there's some comments that we'll sort of go through. So and these are happening live as we speak. So
okay, nice.
So we can go through those comments if you want.
Well, you read them. They're a little bit blurry, but if you read them, that'll help.
Okay.
Don't have to read all of them. Maybe just ones that stick out to you.
Makes sense. Yeah. All right. So we're starting off. So one guy goes, let's forget Zach and we'll keep Ed. I think we can. It's a very aggressive take in the Ed Allen department, but I wouldn't say obviously forget Zach Butters, but I definitely would be, if it's the difference between Butters and Ed. I don't know about you guys, but I'd actually even be keeping Ed at this point.
Me too. Me too.
Yep.
So I kind of agree in a sense, but obviously definitely keep Ed and even keep Ed over Zach. But I don't know about forgetting Zach entirely though.
My caveat on that's assuming we're getting Neil.
Yes.
Let's assume we're getting Neil. If Neil's not coming, we can surely keep Alan, and we can get both Butters and Alan and keep them both happy. You think? Yeah,
I think Neil being at Collingwood makes way too much sense, and I think you can even go as far to even. I'll say it's like a loose. You can confirm it in a loose way that he's coming to Collingwood. Obviously, it's not official till he signs, and we get all the official breaking news of him signing. But I think if you were to have $10 on him to be at Collingwood, you'd be pretty happy with that bet right now.
Yep.
All right, another guy goes, sign him up for as many years as he wants. Wholeheartedly agree. I've actually got some positive ones for once, actually, because there was a couple I wanted to go through that were going to be a bit interesting. Here we go. So this
just quickly on that one,
Yep.
one's not practical. That one's Ed Allen and his management won't want to sign up for as many years because he's still got a big ceiling. So
Yep.
unless both parties agree, you are a star now. Yeah, we'll give you $1 million plus now for 7 years. Don't think that's going to happen. So that's the caveat on that.
I wonder if there's like a thing with list managers. With like the player managers where if say Lepage goes, oh, we like really rate him, we think like there's a chance we could even give him 5 years. I wonder if that's a thing where it's always best to not say it, because once that those words go near the player manager's like ears, I feel like that's when it's like you can't take it back. So even though you would like him to be there for the future, you like him to be there for 5+ years, it's maybe one of those things like you just can't say it, if that makes any sense, because then it's once the play manager hears as, oh, okay, you like him so much to where you can see him being there for like 5+ years.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now the conversation isn't 2 years. Now it's 5 years, but then the same money. You know, so it's like instead of it being like maybe 5 years with the money spread it out, or you know something to that extent. And then I guess at the end of the day, you also have Tassie coming in too. So I think that plays a big part because Tassie's going to be throwing money at everybody and like anyone that will take it. So that's like another thing.
I don't mind. Like I like it. Maybe it's a little too extreme. Lepich's approach. I mean, we used to have a guy that would throw 7 years at everybody who walks into the club. Now
just so you can say it on his show.
He's very strict, you know, and that's fine. That's good. It's better to be like that. But yeah, I mean, maybe this one's not one to sort of hold a firm sort of position on like he is.
It's dated though. This is their position until we know where we're at. We're talking about maybe 3 million on 2 players. We don't know what Pendles is doing. We don't know what Houston is doing. How? So there's a few moving parts. I just think he has to be patient.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, and that's probably like the thing that we're probably not thinking about too much, because as much as we want these guys to come in, these guys, if they come in, people have to go out. So if people are going out, then who's really who are those players going out? Because you know it'll be like the listings, it'll be a player that we will probably that we probably won't name at all, but then they'll like request a trade out. You know, similar to like a Noble. Even though I felt Noble was pretty like predictable in the end, but you know, someone like a Noble where I think that it probably maybe caught the club off guard to a certain extent. Right. But you look at his path and it was pretty easy. Like once he didn't, you know, play in that 23 grand final, that was I think a big sticking point. And I think at the end of 24, it was so clear that he was only just like, you know, treading water till he was leaving. All right, we can go on to the next comment. Forget Butters and let's give Ed Allen 4 years. Again, sort of don't really agree on the forgetting of Butters. Like if you can get him, absolutely get him. But yeah, definitely prioritize Ed for sure. All right, I'll try and skip through some of them because they're all saying roughly the same thing.
Keep in mind too, Darcy Wilson re-signed at St Kilda, right? And he's a star, and he only signed a 2-year deal. Just like Naz did last year. I think the 2-year thing, a lot of them seem to be doing it because they know they can absolutely hold clubs to ransom in 2 years' time. Yeah. So it depends what money they're offering at 2 years. Like if it's as long as they're not lowballing him like with his salary, I'm sort of I'm comfortable with 2 years as long as it's what he deserves.
Well, also as well, you could even take lesser years, but then have more money on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they can like do that because again, if you can space money out, that's one thing. But then you could also do you could go the other way. So it's like you can take all this money up front. So maybe like that could be like the play because I think even the Brisbane guys they were talking about Hipwood last night, and you know they were claiming that you know even though they really liked Hipwood and he signed this 6-year deal, they were claiming that you know that most people in the AFL world they actually don't know that yes it's like a 6-year deal that he signed, but he actually didn't sign for that much. So if he was to sign say a 6-year deal, but if he's only being paid $700,000 over 6 years, well, that's a pretty good damn deal. You know, then it obviously depends on the player and how they're performing and all that stuff. But yeah, just because they're getting like a long-term deal, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're on big money. All right, so we'll go on to the next comment. Yeah, I will be most annoyed if we lose Ed because of Butters. Yeah, I would agree with that. Because I think at this point, like Ed needs to be, you know, the future of the club, along with Nick and Swaddling. I feel like those are the three, at least off the top of my head, that are probably the most untouchables at the moment. So yeah, I'd agree with that. Is everyone agreeing across the board there?
Yeah. I saw a comment on that somewhere in this post where some idiot. So, there's all Collingwood's young stars. It's just one guy.
Yeah. Oh, mate, you get them. You absolutely get them.
That's why I don't read comments. They just infuriate me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure the club will tell Sam anything about salary cap.
It's also the first time Collingwood's done something like this. We've never done anything like this before, like gone after someone this expensive. I'm certain our list managers have never had to try to sort of keep such a large gap open for a player because it doesn't affect now, obviously, but then you know the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, working out when people come out of contract and how they can juggle it all, who gets front loaded, who gets it on the back end. You know, it's a difficult sort of it's like, you know, plate spinning. So I'm sure they've got to. I mean, we don't want to. At least it's not like Gubby Allen, you know, just signed everyone up and then we had to turf them all out
and deal with the consequences later, type of thing. Yeah. And it's also 8 years as well too. Like 8 years is, you know, the standards that we have this year. In 8 years' time, the standard's going to be completely different. I mean, I keep going back to 2015 when we signed up Wells and Chris Mayne. They signed up for $500,000, you know, per year, and we thought that was like premium money back then. Because well, in fairness, it was premium money back then, but yeah. But yeah, now premium money is like 1.8 mil, so or 2 mil even. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, and then another person's agreeing with the guy above. Yeah.
Anthony's chucked something in the chat you might want to look at.
Okay, yep. All right.
Xander must have said something.
Yeah, Xander and Maguire said both Ed Allen and Pendle's extensions likely to be completed and signed off in the next few weeks. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sort of the opinion, especially with Pendles. I think Pendles needs to retire. I know that's not a popular or things that we want to be talking about because Pendles is a GOAT, so I will preference by saying that. But at the same time, it's if you see him in the way that he plays within our system, he's just too slow. He cannot keep up with the kids going through. So, as much as he's one of the best players that we've ever had, yeah, he just doesn't suit our system anymore. But if you get him on cheap as chips and you get injuries, maybe. But I mean, since when does Fly? You know, since when will Fly play a player like Pendles as like a VFL player basically, or a deaf player that plays mostly VFL? It's just not going to happen. So if he's playing, he'll probably play 12 to 15 games, and it'll all be senior games. So yeah, that'll probably be that. All right, to go back to
guys, just quickly, welcome Chris on the panel. How you doing, Chris?
Yep.
Hey everyone, how you all going?
Hey Chris.
Mate, just going through this Ed Allen post.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and then obviously this guy backs up the guy that said previously about Edmund. Yeah, because it's a bit of like tongue in cheek saying, yeah, right, according to Sam Edmund, I'm sure he knows. Another guy says, get an A+ player and high-end draft picks ready. Don't know if you can do both, to be honest, because if you're going to get Butters, unless if he does come in as a if Port don't match, then I guess we could have some high-end picks. But then I guess it depends on high-end picks. If he's expecting a top 10 pick, I don't see that happening. But yeah, at the end of the day, if we can get Butters, then I don't think it matters in terms of the draft picks we have. As long as we have a first rounder and a second rounder, then at least we've got something to work with there. So if Port don't match, that'll help us big time in that regard. Another person says, I don't believe this. I hope we don't lose him. Absolutely, completely agree with that. And I'm assuming this person says these list calls can destroy a club. Depending on the direction you go, possibly. If someone like an Ed Allen goes and it's very obvious he's an absolute genuine superstar, like a generational talent to a point. Like, I mean, not going to say he's on par with like Bont or anything like that, but like, the potential of him being pretty close to Bont is, I think it's a pretty real possibility of that happening, to be honest. So why you would let a guy like that go, and it just wouldn't really be a good move if we went in that direction. And then last comment is, let's move Pendles on. So you move Pendles on, probably adds a little bit more cap in the or a little bit more honey in the salary cap. That could be the difference between Ed Allen staying or going. So I'd probably be delisting Pendles. Sorry, not delisting. I'll be retiring Pendles, and I'll be putting the Pendles money into Ed Allen. And there you go.
Yeah, that was good to hear. I want Ed Allen to stay. Yeah, 100%. I'm with Void. I want him to stay. I think he's the future of our midfield, so I want him to stay. Look, if he's willing to be patient and wait for, Butters, I'm hoping he's willing to do that. But, all we want is Ed Allen to stay. And that's, I'm like Matt. I don't care how long they give him. I just want him to stay. He's the future of midfield, and I want him to stay long term.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's going to be one of those scenarios where it's going to be at the expense of Ed Allen, like, you just cannot justify that. Like, there are no supporters out there. I'm sure there'll be supporters that will try because they are out there, but you cannot justify prioritizing Pendlebury over Allen. You just cannot do it. At the very least, you can't do it and then like not have like a massive like smile or like like the tongue in the cheek sort of type of scenario. Like, you just can't do it. Ed Allen needs to be here long term. Needs to be. I guess Nick is the face of the club, but Ed Allen needs to be not far behind in that, because him and Swaddling and Dacos, Those are the three that you should be shutting down all of the negotiations for when it comes to any trades or any movements outside of the club. Because those three at the very least are your future, and they need to stay on.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's like we've got our future now. We've got our kids. Keep them like long term, playing them every week. Keep them happy. Give them as long as they want to, and then our future is good with Swadling, Hayes, Harrison, Puncher, Gus. All these kids, even Ed Allen, all need to play every week. Give them the contract they want, and then our future is good. We need these kids playing week in, week out. I need these kids these kids can take us to a premiership maybe in 5 to 10 years. They're that good. We need to play them week in, week out.
Yep. Agree with that, Chris. There shouldn't be any sentiment in football. If it comes to the stage where Pendles is given another contract, especially if it's the expense of Allen, that will mean Fly has got his hands all over the list management, and that will be a situation where he needs to go.
But I think the most frustrating part out of all of this is that let's just say the Fly gets his way, Pendles plays, it ends up throwing a rift, and Allen goes to say West Coast. If I hear this guy Sook next season about how, I didn't get told to do it, I was forced to do this and I was forced to do that, I was a victim of this, I was a victim of that, I don't want to hear a single thing about that. Not 1 second of him. I do not want to hear about I was forced to do this thing. Because it was bad enough when he did the other week about Leper and the picks over players. No, sorry, players over picks. Apparently he was told to say that. If I get another scenario of that next season, and we have Pendlebury at the club and Allen is gone, then that stream's not going to be that stream's not going to be quiet. I can tell you that now.
Yeah, and because the other thing, if Pendles is on the list, he's going to get played 70% of the year. There'll be no VFL. If he is on the list for whatever reason, let's say we don't get Neil and we don't get Butters, maybe you can mount a case that we let Pendles go around. 3 months ago, me and probably most of the Collingwood faithful were happy to say Pendles goes around again. Out of Sidey, Pendles, and Howe, he's the one. Since then, he's got love Pendles. What an absolute star and champion he's been of the game, but he has gone downhill, making mistakes.
I think since
poor decisions,
I don't think you can make a case
getting caught. And then the other thing that's happened, like Chris mentioned, rattled off 5 or 6 names. A lot of those guys can play midfield. Allen, Swadling, and Anderson. So those guys have come on. We're at the stage, even without Neil and even without Butters, we don't really need Pendles. His coaching and his experience is really invaluable, but he's not in our best 23 right now. Sorry.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So we're petering out a little bit. I think people are going to get their spots at the game, either in front of the TV or they're getting to their seats. I think any last thoughts, or are we happy to get ready to watch the game, boys?
No. I mean, I might just do I'll go back to the Ed Allen and Swaddling predictions because I forgot to do them under Mick. Yep. Instead of 50, I'll go 55 disposals because I think 50. I think it's given how they performed last week. I'll go 55, and they'll both kick a goal each.
Okay, awesome.
And Pies by 4 points. There you go.
Brilliant. That's confident. I had Brisbane by 22. I hope I'm wrong, but that'd be awesome. That'd be a good result.
In saying that, with the margin, I can never tip against Collingwood. It's just
good man.
Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah.
Awesome. So thanks very much for everyone who's tuned in and for everyone commenting. The reason why people watch this channel is I think you'll agree, you get honest opinions. We've got no agendas. We just love the Collingwood Football Club. We often don't agree with the leadership of the Collingwood Football Club, but doesn't mean we don't love the club, and we want to see them win premierships, no less. Let's hope we put in a good performance today. If you like the stream, please subscribe if you haven't already, and leave us a comment. And if you're watching the replay, I hope you enjoy it. Thanks, Shawnee and the Ultimate Greatness channel. Hope people over in your channel are enjoying it. And thanks to Void, thanks to Chris, and thanks to Lucas. So, boys who are on stage, we're going to stay backstage and have our own private little stream throughout the game. And the regulars should have our contacts. So send me a message if you want to get the link. So that's it, guys. Good luck to the Pies. And let's hope we can get the win.
Absolutely.
Go Pies.
Go Pies.
Go Pies. Go Pies.